This video explains how to multiply out brackets. Look at the following expression, 5 times a plus 4. We cannot calculate or simplify the expression within the brackets, but there is still a way to get rid of the brackets. And in order to do that, we look at a visualization of this problem. Look at the rectangle with sides 5 and a plus 4. Because the area is side times side, the area of this rectangle is 5 times a plus 4, so precisely this expression. We can look at the area by dividing the rectangle in two pieces, such that this distance is a and this distance is 4. Then the area of the rectangle can be calculated by calculating the area of this rectangle and the area of this rectangle and then adding them together. The area of this rectangle is 5 times a, or 5a. The area of this rectangle is 5 times 4, or 20. That means that the area, which should be the same as 5 times a plus 4, the whole side, is also 5a plus 20. Generally, this gives us the following rule. If we have a rectangle with sides a and side b plus c, then we can divide the rectangle in two pieces. One that is a times b in area and one that is a times c in area. And that tells us that a times the whole side, b plus c, should be equal to ab plus ac. And that gives us the general rule that if I multiply a number with a sum inside the brackets, then I can multiply out the brackets by multiplying a with b and a with c and adding that together. Let's look at a few examples. First, 3 times 2 plus b. So in order to multiply out the brackets, I calculate the multiplication of 3 and 2, which is 6, and 3 and b, which is 3b, and I add them together. Another example is negative a times 4 plus c. Then I multiply negative a with 4, which gives us negative 4a, and I add to that negative a times c, which is negative ac. Adding something negative is the same as subtracting, so this is the same as negative 4a minus ac. A third example, 2 times x gives 2x, plus 2 times negative 8, which is negative 16, and again, adding a negative number is the same as subtracting. So the result is 2x minus 16. If we want to multiply out the brackets on this expression, two sums multiplied with each other, then I need to look at the following rectangle. This rectangle has a side a plus b and a side c plus d, such that the area of the rectangle is a plus b times c plus d. If we divide up this side in a part a and a part b, and we divide up this side in a part that is c long and a part that is d long, I can divide up the entire rectangle into 4 parts. The area of this part is a times c. The area of this part is a times d. The area of this part is b times c. And the area of this part is b times d. This tells us that the area should also be AC plus AD plus BC plus BD. And that gives us a way to multiply out these brackets. We multiply A with C. We add to that the multiplication of A and D. we add BC, and then we add BD. Let's look at an example. 2 plus a times a minus 3. The first thing we do is multiply the first two numbers or letters. So in this case that's 2 and a. So 2a. We add to that 2 times negative 3 or negative 6. We add to that 8 times a or a squared, and we add to that 8 times negative 3 or negative 3a. And that is the same as 2a minus 6 plus a squared minus 3a. And we can simplify this even further by noting that 2a and negative 3a are like terms. So 2a minus 3a is negative a. And then the other two terms are not like terms, so they stay the same, negative 6 plus a squared. This is simplified. It's a little neater to sort the terms by putting the one with the highest order, the highest power, in front, a squared, then the other letter, and then lastly the number. The second example is a product with 3 factors, negative 2, b minus c, and 2 plus c. In order to simplify this, multiply out the brackets, we start by multiplying b minus c and 2 plus c. The negative 2 just stays where it is. The next thing I do is put down a bracket, because what the result of this, we still need to multiply that with negative 2. And in order not to forget that and to be mathematically correct, we have to begin with the bracket and end with brackets. The second bracket I'll put there when we're done. So first b times 2, which is 2b, b times c, which is bc, negative c times 2 minus 2c, negative c times c is minus c squared, and here we close the bracket again. The only thing that we have to do now is multiply this whole expression with negative 2, and we do that by multiplying negative 2 with each of the separate terms, which you can see by looking at a very long rectangle with one side negative 2 and the other side divided up into b, bc, negative 2c, and negative c squared. It's a bit of an imaginary rectangle because sides cannot have a negative length, but it tells us what we need to do. We need to multiply negative 2 with 2b, which is negative 4b, etc. So negative 4b, negative 2 times bc gives us negative 2bc. Negative 2 times negative 2c is plus 4c, negative 2, negative c squared plus 2c squared. Now we need to check if we can simplify this expression. There is one term with b, but no other. One term with bc, none of the others have bc. One term with c, the other with c squared. So there are no like terms to add together.